Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to the QPR Career Mode. If you're not all caught up, go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then of course welcome to today's episode. Finishing off last episode with our first signing of the Hursty era, and we picked ourselves up Thomas at left back. Really good signing, really appreciate the people suggesting him, and obviously you guys throwing out those suggestions. Overall, it really is helpful, and again, I like having you guys feeling like you've got an input as well and can have a say in things that go on in the series. Obviously, looking through our squad, I would say there are still definitely a few depth issues, and I would say that we definitely still have some work to do. And I was having a look at depth and positions that I think we need depth in. Personally, I think we need another cam option. Obviously, Dembele can play at cam, but is definitely priority is playing out on the right hand side, and is definitely that is his best position for us. We obviously have Benny who can play on the left or the right back options. Obviously we have got Santos and then Ashby, and that is kind of really it for right back options. So another position that I'm like, maybe could be something to look at there. So maybe a right back, maybe a cam. We've not got a crazy amount of money left over at the moment after the signings and stuff that we'd made. The board want us to make a lot of money, which frankly we don't have, but we do still have just about £2 million here. So there is still money to be spent, and there are still players that we can try and pick up. And I was very lovingly reminded that free agents are something we should be looking at. So I did look at some free agents, and I'm going to show you guys right now the players that we are looking at here. So first free agent, Daniel Amati. Now, obviously not the quickest of players. He is 30. He's not the youngest of players. Has experience in England. Has played in the Championship at Leicester. Good player. Solid rating. Same sort of rating as Steve Cook, but is obviously a few years younger than Steve Cook. Isn't exactly going to be like, will do as a job for seasons to come and is going to grow in rating and stuff, but could do as a job short term for a season or so. Worth considering. Up next, we have got Jamal Lewis. Now, I wish I'd seen Jamal Lewis was available on a free before I went and picked up a left back for 2 mil. But I do still think this would be a very, very good signing if we hadn't picked somebody up already. It is a small shame. It is what it is, but I thought I'd show you. Also, if there's slightly more cuts than normal, I've got a cough again. Shock, I know. If you've been on this channel for more than a year, Tom gets coughs quite a lot. Also looking at Joe Morrell, I believe he was at Luton. I think last season he was at Portsmouth, maybe. I think it was Portsmouth. I think he was there for a little while. But obviously would come in as some rotation, a bit of depth more than anything else. And if he was to come in, he would kind of really replace Colback leaving. But I wouldn't want him to sort of start to push Elijah Dixon-Bonner out of the situation unless Dixon-Bonner was to then go on loan. That's my sort of vibe with that one. But Morrell could be an interesting one going down the line, just sort of looking at options. Sarpreet Singh. Now, this guy used to be at Bayern Munich. I think he was at Bayern Munich and then Bayern Munich 2. But the New Zealander hasn't really had much luck elsewhere. And my thought process is we're not looking to sign a cam that's going to replace Elias Chair, but looking to sign a cam that could come in and do a little bit of a job. Obviously, we've lost Anderson, who was the cam rotation. Singh's a little bit lower rated, but he would be free. We'd be able to just use him kind of really for this season, see how that 6 months goes, and then we could either look to offload or loan out or whatever if we do guarantee that promotion, if we secure going up to the Prem. But I thought it was an interesting option. Same with Elijah Just. He hasn't been at a club like Bayern Munich, but again, good little player, pretty quick as well, which is worth noting. 4-star weak foot as well. A little bit younger, he is 24, a little bit lower rated as well. A little bit of versatility on both, but the more helpful versatility is Singh is the fact that he can play left and right mid. We would need to train Just to be able to play left and right mid because he can play left and right wing. But I won't lie, I am half tempted here with Singh. He is quite slow in comparison to Just, who is pretty rapid, but stats-wise, I think overall, Singh ticks a few more boxes. Slightly higher shooting, much higher passing. For me, I think he looks decent. And then the last player that we'd scouted as well was Perisic. Odd that he's there. I thought he was at a club. It could just be that the club he's at maybe isn't in career mode. I'm not too sure. But Ivan Perisic would be a very, very interesting one. But he is 35, and I would assume he'd probably want a bit of a hefty chunk wages-wise because he is 76 rated. He would jump straight in as our highest-rated player. So levels of unrealism, sort of like I was saying with Huerta. I guess the slight difference is obviously Perisic is at the end of his career, whereas Huerta's starting to hit that sort of prime, getting into the mid-20s. But I think what I'm going to do, and I hope you guys don't mind this, I won't leave this for like a, comment after the video kind of style thing, just because timing and sort of getting through the series and starting to get to the latter stages of season 1. I'm going to sign Sarpreet Singh. I think he's a really, really good pickup for us. I think he ticks that box of needing a cam to come into the system for us and do us a job. I think he suits, again, a rotation role, which is absolutely fantastic. That is what he wanted. I'm going to offer him a 5-year contract. I expect he wants a 3, but he takes a 5. I'm absolutely here for that. No release clause, and he's on board with that. And I'm going to offer him 7 grand up front, and I'm going to offer him 50 grand here and now. So 7 grand a week, 50 grand on the table. He wants a little bit more. That's okay. I'm going to... I'll edit the wages just a little bit here. I'm going to say 8. I think he'll go to 8.5 maybe, or maybe he'll go to 9. But he took 8. Absolutely fantastic. So our second signing is through the door. Sarpreet Singh, formerly of Bayern Munich, joins Queen's Park Rangers. Again, a bit of a weird signing. A bit of a player that I think maybe wouldn't be on many people's radar. But as soon as I saw him, I was like, I know that face. I know that player. And I couldn't think where it was. And then as I was just scrolling through other people, I thought, he used to play at Bayern Munich. And it's really weird that sort of it triggered that memory for me. But happy to get him in. I think it's, again, a bit of an obscure signing. It's a very QPR signing though, isn't it? Picking somebody up sort of out of nowhere, formerly at like a huge club. And then Bosch, here he is at QPR. Things you love to see. But I'm happy with Sarpreet Singh. I think it's a really, really solid sign and solid pickup. Obviously a free, so it's going to be an A rating. And yeah, 67 rated. Good bit of versatility. Welcome aboard, Singh. I think for now, though, I will hold fire on the others. Singh is one I wanted to get through the door. So when I said, I won't say at the end of the episode, comment down below. Feel free to comment down below. Should we go for Daniel Amati? Should we pick up Lewis and potentially have a little bit of rotation and option there and maybe convert somebody to be a right back so that we have, like we had with Ashby, the versatility of both fullbacks being covered by somebody? Or alternatively, do we look to spend our money elsewhere? Poku is somebody that was suggested and I think is a real good pickup, but I don't think we can quite afford him. I think he is going to be around 3, and if I was being really jammy and managed to convince him to drop, I don't see him dropping to 2. I'd have to get him to drop to about 1.8, and I just don't see that happening, sadly. Let me know about Moral. I might be saying it wrong either way, I apologise. Whether we look to pick him up as some midfield depth. Again, is it maybe daft to pick him up now, knowing that he's, nearly 30, isn't going to be playing in the Premier League if we get there, but sort of cover us for this half of the season? Or is that kind of just spending money for the sake of spending money? Or do we try and pick somebody else up? We could go in for Egan Riley, see if we can get a little cheeky deal on Egan Riley. Do we look to pick up like a young striker to come in and start competing with the likes of Frey? Let me know. I'm still very much all ears. I'm half tempted to save the striker signing till next season, if I'm honest with you, just because I think we'll have more money and we'll be able to pick up somebody maybe slightly more prolific. But we've had a player come in, a player on the way out, and I'm fairly sure this is confirmation of Alfie Lloyd's loan move to Shrewsbury Town. Yes, it is. And I'm absolutely here for that. 2 years out at Shrewsbury, a team that I have a soft spot for purely because I did a random career mode with them one time, and I kind of keep an eye out for them now. I'd love to tell you why. That literally is, that's why. I'd love there to be more of a reason. Okay, all the transfer dealings done, I think, for today, unless anybody else leaves and we get a little bit of money to maybe then look to pick some people up. But for now, that is us in the window at the moment, or at least for the episode. But we're going into our first game of the episode, which is away to Plymouth. Going to be a tough one. Going out with our starting 11, our strongest 11. Both of our newest signings do make the bench, however, so Thomas and Singh could both potentially make their QPR debuts today. Time will indeed tell. But let's get into game number 1. See if we can come away with a big result. Just keeping ourselves at the top of that championship tree would be phenomenal. We don't want any sort of silly falters, any falling at the last hurdles, anything daft like that. Let's just be calm, let's be composed, and let's pick up 3 important points. Come on, you Ars. Get the ball here in the middle of the park. Going to play it to Seller. Seller sees the overlap from Chair. It's not the best pass, but Chair keeps it, holds on to it, plays it out wide here to Dembele. Dembele back to Chair. Chair keeps it alive. Finds Seller. Seller on the turn. Couldn't quite get past his man. Plymouth, sorry, not Ipswich. Where did I get Ipswich from? Plymouth are going to bring it away. They've been very defensive, sort of not quite as bad as other teams where we've had it before, but as soon as you close them down, they turn around and keep possession. It's been a little bit of that for the first 15. Oh, bad pass from the Plymouth defender. And Ilias Chair's going to make the most of it and make it 1-0. As I was saying, they're sort of playing around with it at the back, keeping the ball in possession rather than looking to progress forward or really take us on at all. And that is a prime example of sometimes you do need to play it forward. You don't want to mess around too much at the back because the ball is just gifted to Ilias Chair. And there's no way this man is going to do anything but put it in the back of the net. Absolutely love that from Ilias. 1-0, and it is a gift of a goal. Very, very happy indeed. I'm not sure really what Gibson was trying because it wasn't even that great of a pass to the defender anyway. But Ilias with, I think, his 8th goal this season. God, if I've remembered that, that is absolutely crazy. 6th. Sorry, mate. But still, 6 isn't bad, is it? Either way, it's 1-0. Oh, good ball forward here. Oh, well defended in the end from Madsen there to pick up that loose pass. That's, again, kind of a prime example, sort of really, of how they're playing. That's the highest they've got up the pitch, and the first thing their striker thought of was playing it backwards. But that's the first time they've really been in our defensive third. But Chair and Seller sort of getting mixed up here, but going to find Sato. Sato turns, finds Chair. Can he double the lead? Oh, he's hit the woodwork. It's off the bar. Not quite what we need. It's a really good effort, but it's so unlucky. Hazard, when we played against Plymouth last time, had an absolute blinder. Like, he just insane. You just couldn't get past the guy. He was having a phenomenal game. But he's been beaten twice here, but thankfully for Plymouth, he was saved by the woodwork. Hopefully, though, we can get a few more chances. 1-0 is a bit of a risky one to sit on when you're playing against the AI, because all it takes is for them all of a sudden to go, oh, actually, we're going to score now. And then they do. So let's try and not let that happen. Well, half-time and not really too much to shout about. Again, sadly, a lot of possession being Plymouth and being in their defensive third. It's a bit frustrating, but thankfully we broke the deadlock nice and early so that if it does end up being another one of those games, we've at least managed to secure something from the match. But going in at the break 1-0 up, I'm very, very happy with that indeed. It's a good performance so far when we've had the ball, which has been little and often. But my plan is, second half, I'm going to bring out both of our new players. Take off Chair and take off Pau to bring on Thomas and Singh. But I will also make a change here. Sato, I will take him off the pitch and bring on Paul Smith. Sato, a little bit on the tired side of things, but also not massively involved. To be fair, not many of the players have been. I think Chair has been the only player really with more than a handful of touches. So that'll be it for now. Also worth noting, Elijah Dixon Bonner, got there eventually, was very adamant that he should get a little bit more game time with the departure of Anderson. So we'll see if that ends up playing out. But yeah, that's the one change at half-time. Dixon Bonner will probably make it on at some point in the second half because, again, he's a player that I don't want to lose out on. I think there's real potential for Elijah Dixon Bonner in real life and in this career mode. So I'd love to see just a touch more of him. I don't want to lose him. But yeah, second half, it's 1-0. Coming to us. Chair finds Pau. Pau finds Smith, who is onside here. Smith's going to try and get it into Seller. It's not the best ball, but the defence is even worse. And just like that, Seller finds the back of the net with the cheeky little toe poke to just secure the finish there. It has been absolute scraps that we've really had to work on for chances. All 3 of the chances we've had have at least been decent. 2 of them have found the back of the net, but 2 of them have been gifted to us by Plymouth players there. It's almost like their number 5 didn't jump for it. The player who jumped for it completely missed it. It bounced off of number 5, and then it's just dropped for Seller to find the back of the net. We have been gifted goals today, and I will not complain. They've been nicely gift-wrapped, and thanks to that, it's 2-0. Again, Plymouth just with the ball nice and deep here. I'm struggling to really get it off them, because look, if I try and close him down, goes backwards. I'm going to try and close him down. He's going to go backwards. I kind of almost have to let them go forward so that I can hopefully win the ball off them in my defensive third. Kind of like that. But next time it'd be nice if I could keep the ball. But that's literally what I'm having to do, is let them have the ball up high on our side of the pitch to try and win it off them rather than pressuring them in their defensive third and then just losing it. Our 2 changes that I mentioned at halftime are now happening. Ilias Chair and Kenneth Pau off for Singh and Thomas. 2 new boys coming in and getting their first experience in the blue and white of QPR. 20 minutes to go. Let's see how they both fare in what will probably be a very non-existent amount of possession for us in the second half. But we'll find out. Oh, Plymouth actually get the ball forward here. Good effort, good strike, but a good save from Nardi. He's had so little to do this game. That's really the first proper thing he's had to do. He was a shot very slowly headed at him. that he didn't really have to do much with. I will make the last couple of changes here. They're mainly just going to be stamina based. And in all honesty, I don't even know if they're going to get any time on the pitch. I don't know if they're going to register these changes now or if I've got to wait for the ball to go off the pitch again. It needs looking into, EA. It's a really, really silly situation that it doesn't always register those changes. They thankfully have come on, though. He was actually offside as well, so actually that shot didn't even count. I've given the ball away with Jimmy Dunn, which was a bit daft there. But yeah, that shot didn't actually end up being a shot. But they could actually get something here from this chance. It's been a match of gifts. Nardi, he's offside, boys. He's offside. Nardi's unlucky there because he nearly got it, nearly blocked it. But, mate, we get away with one there a little bit. Bit of a slack defending there from me with Jimmy Dunn. But, yeah, he's well and truly offside on that one. But, yeah, bit of a problem there for me. But, thankfully, it's been saved by the linesman. Nardi was almost saving it himself, but the linesman came in with the assist. Well, there it is, the full-time whistle, 2-0 to the away side. Big win for us there. Very, very happy with that. 2 gifts give us the 3 points, and I'm absolutely fine with it. I'd love to see how good Thomas and Singh felt. I don't think either of them touched the ball, so we'll have to find out next time. Hopefully they get a bit more involved in a game that they can actually get some game time in, but really happy with the result. Just the performance, we did what we could with the amount of possession we got. Really, really happy with the result, and it keeps us obviously at the top of the table. 6 points clear. Obviously, a game in hand there for Burnley, but 6 points clear before that game in hand is massive. With a good goal difference there as well. Difference, you know what I mean? 7 goals ahead of them, which is phenomenal. But yeah, if they manage to pick up a win, manage to keep within 3 points of us, obviously it's anybody's game still as to who can get there, but we're getting near that crunch time now. Less than 20 games to go, over the halfway mark. Let's hopefully keep it up. Okay, into game number 2, away against Hull City. Bit of rotation. We brought Jimmy Dunn in for Cook, who was quite tired, as was Dembele. So Smith has come in, as was Madsen, which means Varane comes in. Otherwise, it is the same starting 11. We've also brought, I brought Morrison maybe onto the bench. And I feel like I'd put Dixon Bonner on the bench as well for Madsen, just because they were obviously quite tired. Dembele stays on the bench just because, I don't know, it feels weird to not have him on because he's such a baller. But hopefully, again, the winning streak can keep up. Obviously, apart from one little blip, I think it was against Derby, we have had a plethora of wins and draws. So the unbeaten streak starting up again would be quite nice, and going on a nice run towards the end of the season would be lovely. So let's hope that we can do just that, keep powering through, and keep the winning ways. That would be nice. I'd like to say that we can guarantee promotion. It would be nice to go up in the first season, wouldn't it? And then we can kind of build from there. So let's go for it. Come on, you us. Oh, Sato wins that ball actually really nice and high up the pitch. Just goal side of the man who was near him. And now Sato going to try and flick it in there for Sella, who gets some real power behind that header, considering how little time he really had to actually win or get anything on that. Mate, he got some welly behind it. Fair play to the lad. But we're going to get this ball in now by Sato. Sato's aiming for Sella. He's not going to find Sella. He's going to find... Oh, he found Clark Salter. Keeper made another good save. He's keeping Hull in this early doors here, keeping it at 0-0. Kenneth Powell to whip this one in. Aiming towards Sella. Finds Sella. Sella finds the back of the net. You just can't stop the guy right now. He is absolutely lethal in front of goal. Jan Sella, I'm really hoping that he finds the back of the net soon for QPR. Gets that goal scoring out, like, underway. Finds that first goal. Gets that, like, nil off his back, and can start finding the back of the net. Because I think it's a good player there, obviously, new to England, and I'd like to see him hopefully break that duct and find the back of the net. If he finds half as many goals as he's finding for us in this save, I'll be a very, very happy boy. But it's 1-0. Sella makes it 1-0. It's a phenomenal start from yet again. He is absolutely flying right now. And that is, I didn't even see how many goals, but he was, at one point, the top goal scorer. I'd be surprised if he's not at least near it. 11 minutes in, and it's 1-0 to QPR. Chair wins the ball nice and high up here. Sella going to try and just take his man on Hughes, getting nowhere near him. Oh, Hughes getting quite near him, actually. Hughes getting the ball. Oh, I love that from Chair. Chair winning it again high up the pitch here. Now Sato with a chance to knock it down the line here. Sato, look at the back post. We've got Paul Smith coming in. Why am I trying to cross to Paul Smith? Who do I think I am? All 4 foot nothing of him. Quick throw. Sato to Chair. Let's aim for Sella. I've aimed for Smith again. It's going to drop to Seller. Seller! Oh, Seller makes it to the acrobatics. He's summoned his inner Mitchie Frey, and he has made it 2-0 to QPR. And it is things you'll love to see. The acrobatic finish. I probably could have been sensible and just try and get the header, but I thought, you know what? The way we're playing right now, let's just go for it. And he sort of lobbed the keeper as well. It was a bit of a weird finish. Maybe not the traditional way you score with an overhead kick. It's almost like he scuffed it and all the power went out of it, is what it looks like. Look, if you watch it here, he hits it with some oomph, but the power sort of disappears, and instead it just gently lobs the keeper. Really, really love to see that. 2-0 to the good, and Seller gets himself a brace. Great tackle there from Varane. Ilias Chair going to try and play. Oh, again, that wet ground has just caused some problems, but Sam Field wins it back again. Finds Ilias again. Ilias, oh, the heavy touch. This isn't Ilias's best game. He's had a bit of a stinker here. I love Illy, but this is a bit of a mare from him, I won't lie. Ball out wide here. Kamara up against Kenneth Powell. Powell's just got to be calm, confident, and not let this ball pass him. But sadly, the ball has got past him. He's going to find the edge of the box here. Field needs to close it down. They pass it out. He's going to have a long-range effort. Good save there from Paul Nardi to keep that clean sheet. He doesn't want to lose that 0, and he hasn't just yet. First chance there for Hull, and it did come right at the end of the first half, and it is going to be 2-0 to Queen's Park Rangers. Very happy with that performance. It's been pretty solid, to be fair. We've kept them out of our half for a large majority of the game. Sam Field's had a pretty good shift in the middle of the park, as has Varane, actually. They're both, again, all of our midfield options seem to always show up at the end, which is great to see. Him, Madsen, Field, Madsen, and Varane, all three of them do a pretty stellar job for us. But we're going to make some changes here at halftime. We're looking good. Chair, as I said, not having the best of games, but it does give Singh a chance to come in and actually get his first proper shift at Cam, because he didn't really get to do anything against Plymouth. Neither did Thomas. We'll bring both on. We'll give them both a chance. Armband goes to Jimmy. And we're also going to make a change here. I'm going to take off Sam Field and bring on Elijah Dixon-Bonner. Again, nothing wrong with either of them. They're not doing anything wrong, these two. But I think it just makes sense to bring Dixon-Bonner on, give him some minutes. Because like I said, he expressed wanting to get some more game time now that options were slightly thinned out. I'm happy to do that because I think he's a good little player and I hope to see the best of him going forward. So 3 changes at the break. All 3 are mainly just stamina and a little bit of rotation. Let's see how the second half pans out. Come on, you Oz. Bringing the ball forward here, Hull. They find the man at the edge of the box. Jimmy Dunn steps into that tackle really, really well and helps us bring it away, maybe with a chance here to break now. Singh finds Bonner. Bonner finds Sato. Sato going to have to look out and find apparently no one. Wasn't the best pass again. I keep forgetting about the weather effect. I need to put a little bit more behind these passes. I think that's maybe what was doing Chair dirty. My memory more than anything else. Ball forward now. Clark Salter steps into the tackle really well. Forces them back, which is exactly what we're going to see. They do reset quite well, though. Takes it past Elijah Dixon-Bonner. Good strike, but Paul Nardi gets to it really, really well. That is a phenomenal stop from the Frenchman. Keeping that clean sheet. He absolutely loves him. He's had about 14 or 15 this season. Maybe even more than that. But that's a phenomenal stop from Nardi. I really, really am happy with that. So fair play to him. But we do have a corner to defend after the great save. And it's going to come short. Smith's going to get rid. And maybe actually a chance here for Sato. Up against a solo defender there. Oh, no. Vaughan's done really well. I didn't really knock it round him well enough. I'll bring this ball forward. Really good chance to play it inside, but Jimmy Dunn steps in really well. Like I said, defensively, we've not had a crazy amount to do today, but they've all stepped up really well when they've been called into. It's been a phenomenal defensive display. Only a couple of minutes left on the clock, but we have made a couple of changes here as well, just to freshen up some more legs, just to get a few more minutes for a couple of players. Frey coming on for Seller, because he's been a bit unlucky, really, not to get any game time at all. Smith is going out to the right. We're taking off Sato, and Dembele is coming on the right-hand side. Sorry, Smith's going over to the left. Dembele coming on the right-hand side is what I meant. But Dembele going to try and find Frey here. Frey lays it off to Singh. Could he get his first goal in blue and white? Not quite. It's going to drop to Smith, who is going to get the third. I think he's offside. He is. That's so unfortunate. It does stay at 2. But yeah, that was a really, really nice bit of play. Dembele into Frey. Frey finds Singh at the edge of the box. It was an ambitious effort. It was closed down quite well. But I have to say, the keeper actually had to make a good save there, and he did make a very good save. Rushworth, it was powerful and straight to him, but it was at a bit of an awkward angle and an awkward height. So he's done really, really well to stop that. But this probably will be the end of the game now. I doubt the ref will give too much for them going forward, because it has the 2 minutes. There it is. Another 2-0 away win. Another 3 points on the board. And another solid performance, I have to say. I think the boys played really, really well. I think we justifiably earned those 3 points today. And I think we're putting in some good shifts. We're playing some good football. And I'm absolutely here for it. Another top performance yet again, matched by another great result. I'm really, really happy to see that the boys are performing as well as they are. And a game here, top against bottom, realistically, two teams I don't think you'd expect to see at both ends of the table here. I don't think people would expect to see QPR top or bottom, and I don't think people would have expected to see Sheffield Wednesday top or bottom. I think in real life, it's two teams that are quite level pegging in regards to two very exciting managers who play some really, really nice football. Maybe at the moment this season, both are slightly struggling with consistency and refining some form that they had at the latter stages of last season. I'd say both of us are sort of in that bracket at the moment, but Danny Roll, I think, is a great manager. Marty Cifuentes, I think, is a great manager. And I think both will do really, really well careers-wise overall. But in this save, top against bottom, it's about 50 points difference. That's absolutely crazy. Burnley, by the way, losing their first game. They still have a game in hand, but they lost their last fixture. So at the moment, we sit an incredible 9 points clear of them. If we were to lose and they win their game in hand, we're still 6 points clear. It's unreal how well we're doing right now. But we are going to have a look at a couple of messages and things coming through here. Sato is now a plus left mid wide midfielder. Absolutely here for it. Love that for me. Gets that sorted and keeps his growth and progression going. We've also got a message here from Singh. We'll see what Singh's got to say. He appreciates the games. I'm happy to hear it, dude. I want to see more from you because I haven't seen much from you yet. But that is mainly because you've come on twice and you haven't really had much of a chance to do anything. We had an offer for Nardi that I didn't see, and therefore it has been withdrawn. But I will get the loan deal here done for Albert. Absolutely fine. I wouldn't have accepted the offer for Nardi anyway. He's playing phenomenally well for us. I'm happy with him in goal. He is doing such a good job at this level, so I've got no interest in changing him around. But yeah, let's get ready for Sheffield Wednesday. So for our third game, a little bit of rotation. Again, all really down to stamina. Jimmy Dunn comes in for Clark Salter, despite being a little bit on the tired side himself. Coley comes in for a quite tired Sato. And Michael Frey starts for a tired Salah. Now, obviously, it seems crazy, to drop your top goal scorer. But every time we play Frey, he plays like he's our top goal scorer. So hopefully he can do a similar sort of thing today. I don't think Wednesday will be one of the teams that sort of sit back and when they get the ball, just defend. I'd be very surprised to see it. But 4 goals in his last 3 games, Michael Frey. And that includes coming on for about 6 minutes against, who would just play? Hull. So he would have been 4 and 2. Let's be real. So let's see if he can keep up that incredible goal scoring record. Come on, you Oz. Ball here. We get it to Frey early, and look at the space here. Frey is going to take it round his man very slowly, but he does take it round him. Cuts inside. I should have passed it. Lovely start from Frey, but I was greedy with Michael Frey. That's what happened there. We do win it nice and quickly, though, and Ryan Coley's going to have a shot from range. Beadle with an easy save. We're putting the pressure on nice and quickly here. Starting strong, starting in a forward-thinking manner. Out to Dembele, who's going to cut inside. Going to find Ilias Chair. And just like that, boys, it is 1-0. It's a phenomenal start from the lads. It's very much deserving with how the game has started that Ilias would find the back of the net nice and early. And it's 1-0. I have to say, we are just playing some great football right now. Against Plymouth and Hull, it was obviously quite a cagey affair. As I said and as I predicted, Sheffield Wednesday weren't going to sit back. They're trying to carry the ball forward nice and consistently, but we're winning the ball off them in a pretty good state, in a pretty good manner, and a pretty good position on the pitch. And now we put ourselves in a pretty good position, being 1-0 up nice and early. It's what, about 8 minutes in? 11 minutes in, and it's 1-0. Great tackle from Field, gets that ball off of Windass, and very quickly tries to set away Michael Frey. Quickly and Frey, not 2 words you hear together too often, which is why he lost the ball there. Ball inside now, Frey. Tries to set away Coley. Really, really unfortunate there. Would have been a really, really nice chance for Coley to find the back of the net. Because again, Coley is a player that I think in a career mode sense, for a lot of people, would end up just sort of being a bit of a nothingy style player just because of his rating. But I really hope we can get Coley's rating up massively higher with the dynamic potential and have him be a player that actually ends up getting to performances for us, not just in this first season, but in seasons to come. Kenneth Powell, little ball roll inside here. Finds Ilias Chair. He's going to turn. Lovely turn there. Plays it into Michael Frey. Frey tries to take the touch. Was unfortunate. He's getting closed down pretty quickly here, which, again, is not something I was overly surprised about playing against Wednesday. I did think they were going to play with some intensity and some pressure, and they have been. It's just that we're getting the ball off them so quick normally. But this is a good chance here. Wednesday bringing the ball forward. First chance really in our third. Apparently they're offside. He didn't look offside to me there. It's their number 12 who's been given as offside. He was. I didn't think so at first glance, but he was off. Ryan Coley bit of time down here on this left-hand side. Going to play it inside now. Finds Ilias. Ilias takes a touch, or takes a touch the wrong way though. I wanted it forward and he sort of turned backwards, but Coley is going to get this from Frey. Frey gets it back. Oh, Coley was just off. I'm slightly mistiming some of these passes. This one, sort of the exact same situation as down the other end. Maybe took a touch too many. Great tackle from Madsen. Yet again, boys, we are just winning this ball. The midfield battle is all ours right now. They are very rarely getting through our midfield and very rarely taking the ball off of our midfielders. We get the ball into Frey. I think there's an offside in there somewhere. It's a real shame. It is given for half-time. I think Frey must have been offside because it had the little badge. Unless it was saying that we got fouled in the build-up. I'm not too sure. But it's 1-0 at the break and it could be a whole lot more. I will tell you that for free. It could be 2 or 3. But we've been a little bit unlucky. I've maybe been a little bit rash with some of my decision making with shots and stuff, but the main thing is we go in at the break looking very, very good and very, very dominant. Jimmy Dunn is quite tired, but I don't really have the option to take him off right here, right now. I can't put Field at centre-back, can I? No, not at the moment, so that's fine. I think I'll stick with the team as it is for now. I think at some point we'll bring on Varane. I think Thomas will get some more minutes down the line as well. But I think otherwise we kind of just stick with it as it is. I'm happy to just crack on with the team as it is. I know that obviously Coley's a little bit tired, but Coley isn't a normal first teamer. So him getting a few more minutes out there despite being a little bit on the tired side of things kind of ticks all boxes. More game time for him, but also keeps some other maybe slightly more first team options with nice fresh stamina. So we're going to crack on with the same team for the second half. Hopefully similar performance, few more goals would be nice. It's 1-0 at the break. Good block there from Santos to help us keep it like that. Coley inside now to Sam Field. Sam Field just going to bring this ball forward. Nice and calm, nice and composed. Ball up here to Frey, who was trying to get in behind. I need him kind of more of a sort of drop deep target. Oh, we do get beat here. Jimmy Dunn's got work to do now as they bring it on our defensive left. It's a great ball to the back post. He's going to take a couple of touches, takes a strike. That very easily could have gone in. Sort of hit Nardi's forearm there as he puts a palm out to it to stop it. And Barry Bannon's going to come on. Wow, they didn't start Bannon. I guess in an FC sense that kind of makes sense, but Barry Bannon not starting for Sheffield Wednesday feels really, really odd. But he's on the pitch now and obviously a player to worry about because he has got a good range of passes in him. Ball goes wide. Thank God for that. Ball out wide here with Dembele. Great first touch. Lovely second. And then third finds Frey. Frey! Oh, with an absolute rocket. It's things you love to see. Michael Frey yet again getting himself on the score sheet. You just can't stop the guy right now. Our forwards are in ridiculous form. It is wonderful to see. And the boys are playing so very well. Lovely stuff there. Frey just on that ball through from Dembele. Really, really nice pass from him. Beadle, it's pretty powerful. You think maybe Beadle could work himself there, but he can't leave that front post clear. It's a great strike from Frey, and that is 2-0. Changes made as well. Dembele off for Singh. We brought on Thomas for Kenneth Powell and Varane for Sam Field. 3 like-for-like changes. Try and Singh out on the right. He can play there. He does get the exclamation mark to suggest he's out of position, but he's not because he has got right mid on his car or like on his available positions. We'll see how he does out there. Obviously, a touch on the slow side. Got to be careful here, Nardi. Well down to that one, my friend. Good save. It would have been a bit disappointing to concede that quickly after doubling our lead as they bring on Ingelsson. But yeah, 2-0. I'm feeling good about it. Let's just see this corner out here. They play it short again to Bannon. Bannon, though, does turn round Singh here. Singh with work to do to get back and help here. Good effort. Good block, though, from Jimmy Dunn. It's going to be another corner. 20 minutes to go. Another change as well for Sheffield Wednesday. They bring on, I think it's Jamal Lowe. Is it Jamal? No, it's not Jamal. They bring on Lowe. Might be Max Lowe, actually. The defender, good save there. Love that. Get that one out of there. And actually a chance to work on the counter. Finds Ryan Coley. Thomas now is going to overlap him. And Coley is going to find him. It's a little bit wide, but Luke Thomas with a chance to bring this forward. Going to try and get that ball in there. Aims for Frey. Frey wins the header. The power behind that header is ridiculous from the edge of the box. It's over the bar, but the power is just crazy. You get some welly behind that, like the Seller chance in the first game, I think it was. Mental. Ball forward now. We find Ilias Chair. Chair into Frey. Frey finds it out wide to Singh. Singh with a chance now. Our second new signing. Can he get a cross in here for Frey? Frey doesn't really give him too many options position-wise. It's a good cross. It was a little bit too near to Beadle. He was sort of aiming at Coley instead of aiming towards Frey there. But it wasn't a bad cross. It just wasn't maybe in the best position. Or it's an unlucky touch there. Or not the best pass from Heverton Santos. We do give ourselves a bit of work to maybe do just to see this one out now. Ball into Lowe. It is Jamal Lowe, by the way, not Max Lowe. The strike goes wide. That should be all she wrote. Last chance of the game here. Sato, who's just come on for Coley, literally came on in the 91st minute. Another chance to cross it in there. Frey tries the acrobatics again. Lightning couldn't strike twice, but it is going to be another 2-0 win. 3 2-0 wins today. This time, obviously, at home. But 9 points from a possible 9 in today's episode. Absolutely things you love to see. And we keep ourselves well and truly at the top of the table with no signs of slowing down. Huge results in a huge episode. Really, really happy to hear that. By the way, I'm just seeing here, according to reliable sources at QPR, Hursty's future at the club is at risk. Can he save his job or is his fate sealed? Sorry? I am top of the table. What are they upset? Is it because of my objectives? Is it because of this? Wow, okay. Sure. That's quite frustrating. I mean, I'm never going to hit this unless I sold every single one of our players. I don't think we got £25 million worth of players according to the market values on this. I mean, I could just promote a youth defender real quick and see if that ticks a box or two, but that seems ridiculous. I mean, okay, sure. I'll promote Jamie Hart. Oh, he's too young. I cannot promote Jamie Hart. Sure, okay. Ridiculous. I'll promote Garner then. Blake Garner, up you go. You're never going to play because you're not very good. But sure, I will wait and see what the board say. We'll end this one here, though, on some relatively damp news compared to the news I was going to end on, which is we're still top of the table, 6 points clear of Burnley, because they did win their game in hand. So they stay within 6 points of us now, which is still great news for us. It still gives us a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of a cushion. Absolutely here for it. And yeah, obviously plenty to go still in the season. Still a good chunk of games left to go. We are at the end of the transfer window, though. So this is the final chance to let me know on any last signings. If I was being really picky with a position, I'd maybe say we could look at either a striker to come up in the next season or so, to maybe be a rotation option either this or next season. Maybe somebody that's a little bit younger, like a teenager or someone in their young 20s with plenty of growth, or potentially a bit of left mid depth or a bit of right back depth. That's about it. I haven't really got anything else crazy to say. I'm happy if we don't end up signing anyone else. I'm happy to pick up some other people. Let me know about the free agents I mentioned as well. But that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. Make sure you do so because it supports me, the video, the channel, and the series out a whole bunch. And hit the sub button if you're new as well. Turn those notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. Check out the links in the description, all of our other socials and all of our sponsors and stuff. So thank you, of course, anyone who does that. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands. Take care.